Hi, my name is Jan Glover, and I wanted to share my adoption story with you. In 1970, I placed a child for adoption in Detroit, Michigan. At the time, I already had a child. I had my first child, Doug, before I was married. Back then, they called it an unwed mother, and I loved him very much. He was the most important thing in my life, and his father had just come back from Vietnam and was very broken and not able to make a commitment, and so I wound up with him alone, and things were going well for us. Then something happened on a spring break in Florida, and I come back with another child in my womb, and I got really mad at God over this, and I could not believe it. I was not going to deal with this. Truthfully, I had convinced myself it wasn't true. And it wasn't until my mother, who had questioned me a couple of times, and I would say no. And then one morning she goes, "Jan, I know you are." And she had found a solution. And she had called the Florence Cretenton Home for Unwed Mothers in Detroit, Michigan. I went there, and when I did, it's like the greatest relief that I found, because I could go ahead then and know that I did have a child within me. I could love that child, and I could know that I could be there and then go home to my son and have the life that I needed. It still wasn't an easy, nothing about it was easy. Nothing about having an unexpected, unwanted pregnancy is easy. Nothing is. But while I was there, I healed. I learned how, I was counseled. I knew new ways of how I needed to raise my son that I had. And I was told that the couple that was going to adopt my son, I was told what religion they were. I was told what their occupations were. And I was also told that they had waited a year for a son. And I have a poem that I wrote for Stephen 20 years ago, and I've wanted to repeat that for you. How can I explain to you the way I feel today? How can I be sure you know it was for love I gave you away? My heart had just been broken for yet another time. I even turned my back on God and said, "You are no friend of mine." But my God patiently waited for my anger to cool down, and then He picked me up and He set my feet quite firmly on the ground. And in my heart He gave me peace as to what I had to do. For another mother's arms, not mine, had patiently waited for you. I remember what I told Him as I lay there in that room, cold and dark and lonely, like the feeling of my doom. I told Him if He had promised me to take good care of you, that I could walk away this day and place no claim on you. You see, this other mother's arms were bare, while mine were overflowing. And the only thing that got me by was this constant thought of knowing that God Himself had prepared this place, this family just for you. But know, my son, this mother's love has always been with you. I wanted to share this with you because I wanted you to know that there are options when you find yourself with an unplanned pregnancy. There's more than one option. If the Lord puts in your heart to keep and to raise this child, then that is what you should do and get all the help you can. But if your situation does not allow you to raise this child and know that you're giving them what they need, there are options. And there are thousands of women with empty arms who are waiting to take home a baby and make that baby the most special person in the world. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to share my story with you.